This video is going to go over the first two examples on the dimensional analysis worksheets just to kind of walk you through it if you're needing some extra help. And then hopefully you'll be able to work through the rest of the assignment on your own. But if you're still struggling, don't hesitate to ask. So the first one says, use the conversion factors to convert 75 meters to kilometers, okay? So we're going from meters and we're going to kilometers. And just like the video showed you, I would for sure put this in fraction form because it's going to make things so much easier for you to visualize whether or not you're correct. So we know that there is that 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. Okay, so let's take what we start with. Okay, so we've got 75 meters. Again, put it in the fraction form, so that would be over 1. All right, we're going to do our first conversion. So if there's meters on top, there has to be meters on the bottom. So look at our conversion factor here. So we know that in 1,000 meters, there is 1 kilometer. Okay, so if you look at this fraction, this is how we are rewriting this information. 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And they have to be opposite the unit. So meters is on top here. It has to be on the bottom here because then it crosses or cancels itself out. So then you look and see what units do you have left. Well, I have kilometers left. Is that what the question is asking? It is. So we don't have to do any other unit conversions. So then you would just multiply across. 75 times 1 is 75. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. And then use your calculator to take 75 divided by 1,000. And you're going to end up with 0.075 kilometers. Okay, and that's what your answer is. So that's the first one. Again, I would highly recommend that you use this fraction form because it's going to be a lot easier when you start going from grams to moles, moles to grams, number of atoms to moles, etc. So there's the first one. I'll do the second example for you real quick. So for question 2, the question says use conversion factors to figure out how many yards are in 16 centimeters, okay? And so here are the different factors that we could possibly use. So we need to start with whatever it is that we start with. So 16 centimeters. Put that over the 1. Actually, I'm going to write this down here because I'll have a little bit more room. So 16 centimeters over 1. Okay. Then we put our first conversion in. If centimeters is on top, it has to be on the bottom. So let's look and see what we have for centimeters. Well, we know that 1 inch, we have this factor here. So 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. So put 2.54 down there, and that is going to be 1 inch. Okay, so we're using this factor. So the centimeters is on top and it's on the bottom, so it cancels out, and that leaves us with the unit left of inches. Well, is that what the question asked us for? Did they want inches? No, they want yards. So that means we have to do another factor. So if inch is on the top here, we have to put inch on the bottom down here. So again, look at our factors. What do we have that's in inches? Well, we know that there's 12 inches in 1 foot. So we'll put 12 inches in 1 foot. So again, inches cancel because one's on top and one's on the bottom. That leaves us with a unit left of feet. So go back and look. Are we looking for an answer in feet? We are not. So that means we have to do another conversion. So then we look up here and we know that there are 3 feet in a yard. So if feet is on top, feet has to go down below. So if there are 3 feet in 1 yard, the feet cancel because one's on top and one's on the bottom. And we're left with the unit of yard. Is that what we're looking for? Well, it is. We want yards. So we don't have to do any other factors. So now what we're going to do is we'll multiply across. So 16 times 1 times 1 times 1 is 16. And then we would take 1 times 2.54 times 12 times 3 And that actually, if you put that in your calculator, gives you 91.4. And then you would take 16 divided by 91.4, and you would get 0.17. And we know that's yards because that's the only unit that's left. So we come up here and put 0.17 yards. So again, use these factors to help balance and help you visualize what you need. If there's a units on top, you know that it has to be on the bottom on the next one so that they cancel out. And as you cross those units out, look to see, like here, what do you have left? Well, here, the only unit that's not crossed off is yards, and that's what we needed, so we know we can stop there. So always double check. Are you diagonally having the same units? Inch, inch, feet, feet, because then you know that they'll cross off. And then once you get all done, you multiply all of the numbers that are on the top of the fraction, you multiply all the numbers at the bottom of the fraction, and that gives you your answer. So hopefully you can figure out the rest of the problems. If not, let me know. We can set up a Zoom to go over things.